ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। ध्यानयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अनाश्रितः कर्मफलं कार्यं कर्म करोति यः स सन्न्यासी च योगी च न निरग्निर्न चाक्रिया। यं सन्न्यासमिति प्राहुः योगं तं विद्धि पाण्डव। न ह्यसन्न्यस्य संकल्प योगी भवति कश्चन। आरुरुक्षोर्मुनेर्योगं कर्म कारणमुच्यते। योगारूढस्य तस्यैव शमः कारणमुच्यते। यदा हिनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते। उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत्। आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धो आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः।
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 6, Dhyan Yoga. Shri Krishna said, O Arjun, the one who performs prescribed duties without desiring the result of his actions is actually a sannyasi and a yogi. But the one who is powerless and has abundant bodily activities is neither a sannyasi nor a yogi. O Arjun, the one who is a sannyasi is not different from a yogi, for none can become a yogi without renouncing worldly desires. For the one who aspires to achieve perfection in yoga, work without attachment is said to be the means, and to the one who is already elevated in yoga, tranquility in meditation is said to be the means. The one who is neither attached to the sense objects nor to actions and has renounced all desires for the fruits of action has achieved the desired state in yoga. One should control his mind and not allow it to go astray, because the one who has control over his mind is his friend, and the one who is unable to do so, his mind is his enemy.
बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्थस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेदात्मैव शत्रुवत्। जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्णः सुखदुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः। ज्ञानविज्ञानतृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः। सुहृन्मित्रानुदासीन मध्यस्थद्वेष्य बन्धुषु साधुष्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते। योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीरपरिग्रहः।
For the one who has conquered his mind is the best friend, but who has failed to do so, the mind works like the greatest enemy. The one who has conquered the mind remains stable in cold and heat, joy and sorrow, honor and dishonor. Such a person remains peaceful and steadfast in his devotion to God. The one who is satisfied with the knowledge and the wisdom about the self and has conquered his senses remains undisturbed in all circumstances. He sees everything, dirt, stone, and gold, as the same. Such a person, by virtue of his nature, is a well-wisher and looks upon all well-wisher, friends, foes, with impartial intellect. He too has same attitude towards the pious and the sinful alike. Such a person is not attracted towards objects, including mind and body. He does not try to accumulate any kind of worldly objects and is constantly engaged in meditation with a controlled mind focused on the Supreme.
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम् तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये समं कायशिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः ब्रह्मचारिव्रते स्थितः मनः संयम्य मच्चित्त युक्त आसीत् मत्परः युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं योगी नियतमानसः शान्तिं निर्वाणपरमां मत्संस्थामधिगच्छति.
To practice yoga, one should make a asana, seat, in a sanctified place by placing kush grass, deer skin and a cloth one over the other. The seat should neither be too high nor too low. Seated firmly on it, one should strive to purify the mind by focusing it on meditation, controlling all thoughts and activities. One must hold the body, neck and head firmly in a straight line and gaze at the tip of the nose and should not look here and there. Being steadfast in vow of celibacy, one should meditate on me with a serene, fearless and unwavering peaceful mind, having me alone as the supreme goal. Thus, constantly keeping the mind absorbed in me, one of disciplined mind attains supreme peace. The one who is in such a state of yoga gets free from worldly bondages and attains nirvana, which abides in me.
नात्यस्नतस्तु योगोऽस्ति न चैकान्तमनस्नतः न चादिस्वप्नशीलस्य जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः यदा विनियतं चित्तम् आत्मन्येवावतिष्ठते निःस्पृहः सर्वकामेभ्यः युक्त इत्युच्यते तदा यथा दीपो निवातस्थः नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यदचित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः यत्रो परमते चित्तं निरुद्धं योगसेवया यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति.
O Arjun, the one who eats too much or too little, sleeps too much or too little, cannot attain success in yoga. But the one who is regulated in eating and recreation, balanced in work and regulated in sleep, is relieved from the worldly sufferings by practicing yoga. When one with practice is able to control all his activities of his mind and frees himself from all worldly desires, then he is said to be fully situated in yoga. Just as a lamp does not flicker in a windless place, so the disciplined mind of a yogi remains steady on the self in meditation. When the mind, restrained by the practice of yoga, becomes withdrawn from material activities and becomes still, then one beholds the self and rejoices in his own self with inner joy.
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तत् बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियं वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायं स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं मन्यते नाधिकं ततः यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन गुरुणापि विचाल्यते तं विद्या दुःखसंयोग वियोगं योगसंज्ञितं स निश्चयेन योक्तव्य योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा सङ्कल्पप्रभवान् कामान् त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं विनियम्य समन्दत शनैः शनैः उपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्.
In the joyous state, one experiences supreme, boundless divine bliss, and thus situated, the yogi is not disturbed and never deviates from the eternal truth. The one who has attained such a state does not consider any other attainment to be greater, and being established in this, one is not shaken even in deepest sorrow. Therefore, one should practice yoga to achieve this state where one is free from sorrow. This yoga should be practiced with determination and with mind undisturbed by worldly sufferings. One should practice yoga with determination and faith, should give up all material desires and control all his senses on all sides of the mind. One should gradually, with full faith, using his intellect, concentrate his mind and thoughts on the self, and should not think of anything other than the Supreme.
यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्यैतत् आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत् प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्मसंस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति.
Wherever the mind wanders here and there due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. The yogi, whose mind is in complete peace, has subdued his passion, Rajogun, mind fixed on me, attains the highest happiness by virtue of his identification with the Brahm Supreme and becomes free from sins. The yogi, who is in complete control of mind, uniting with the self, becomes free from material contamination and being in constant touch with the Supreme, achieves the highest state of perfect happiness. A true yogi observes the Supreme in all beings and also sees every being in the Supreme, considers all equal. The one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never out of his sight, nor he is out of sight for me.
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति अर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः.
The one who is established in union with me worships me as the Supreme Soul residing in all beings, such a yogi dwells in me, though engaged in all forms of activities. O Arjun, the one who sees the true equality of all living beings and responds to the joys and sorrows of others as his own should be considered as a perfect yogi.
अर्जुन उवाच योऽयं योगस्त्वया प्रोक्तः साम्येन मधुसूदन एतस्याहं न पश्यामि चञ्चलत्वात् स्थितिं स्थिरां चञ्चलं हि मनः कृष्ण प्रमाथि बलवदृढं तस्याहं निग्रहं मन्ये वायोरिव सुदुष्करम्.
Arjun said, O Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have described appears impractical and unattainable to me because of restless and unsteady character of the mind. O Krishna, the mind is very restless, turbulent, strong and obstinate. It appears to me that it is more difficult to control the mind than the wind.
श्रीभगवानुवाच असंशयं महाबाहो मनो दुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येण च गृह्यते असंयतात्मना योग दुष्प्राप इति मे मति वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुमुपायतः.
Lord Krishna said, O mighty son of Kunti, undoubtedly what you say is correct. Indeed, it is very difficult to control the mind, but with practice and detachment, this can be achieved. For the one whose mind is not in control, definitely self-realization is a difficult job, but he who has controlled his mind and tries by right means can achieve the desired success. This is my opinion.
अर्जुन उवाच अयदि श्रद्धयोपेत योगाच्चलितमानसः अप्राप्य योगसंसिद्धिं कां गतिं कृष्ण गच्छति कच्चिन्नो भयविभ्रष्ट छिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रदिष्टो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणपति एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण छेतुमर्हस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्यास्य छेता न ह्युपपद्यते.
Arjun said, O Krishna, the unsuccessful yogi who begins the path with faith but due to unsteady mind is unable to reach the goal of yoga in this life, where does he go? O mighty armed Krishna, is it not that such a person who deviates from yoga gets deprived of both material and spiritual success and perishes like a broken cloud with no position in either sphere? O Krishna, please dispel this doubt of mine completely, as none other than you can clear this doubt.
श्रीभगवानुवाच पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्थस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तादगच्छति प्राप्य पुण्यकृतां लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचीनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्टोऽभिजायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशं तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगं लभते पौर्वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूय संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्मादिवर्तते प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्ध ततो याति परां गतिम्.
Supreme Lord said, O Parth, one who has engaged himself on the spiritual path does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the world to come. One who is engaged in virtuous deeds will never meet the evil. An unsuccessful yogi after death goes to the abodes of the virtuous. After dwelling there for many ages, is reborn in a family of pious and prosperous, or he is born in a family of yogis endowed with divine wisdom. Of course, such a birth is rare in this world. O son of Kuru, on taking such a birth, he regains the knowledge of his previous lives and strives even harder to achieve perfection. By virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he gets attracted to the yogic principles. As a seeker, he practices yoga and strives to rise above. Such a seeker naturally rises above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. With the accumulated merits of many past births, he engages in sincere effort for further progress. Such a yogi becomes purified and attains the ultimate perfection in this life itself.
तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मदोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः.
O Arjuna, a yogi is superior to the tapasvi, ascetic, superior to the jnani, a person of learning, and even superior to the karmi, ritualistic performer. Therefore, O Arjuna, strive to be a yogi. Of all yogis, he whose mind is always absorbed in me and engages in devotion to me with great faith, with his mind focused on me, I consider him to be the highest among all yogis.
Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad-gītāsu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Dhyana Yogo Nama Shashtodhyayah.
Om Tat Sat. Thus in Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad, the science of Brahma, the scripture of yoga, dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, the chapter 6 named Dhyan Yoga is over.